harvesting begin. We'll have some black raspberry cobbler. We'll have black raspberry jam. And look, she even has her picking hat on. Okay, so we just picked all the black raspberries from the bushes. We got about 3 cups there. Recipe calls for about 2.5. Black raspberry cobbler is got to be the easiest thing to make in the world. You need 1.25 cups of sugar, 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, 3/4 cup milk, 1/2 cup of melted butter, and one specifically melted, you just pour it right into the pan, nothing fancy, and then 1 cup of flour. Mix your flour, mix 1 cup of your sugar, and a tablespoon and a half, which happens to be a teaspoon and a half, which happens to be 1/2 tablespoon. Who cares if you get it exactly right or exactly wrong, as long as you're close. My kids don't usually complain. I like to mix those together nice and smooth, as when I put the milk in there, you get clumps of one ingredient or the other if you don't kind of blend it first. My sugar looks kind of weird because it's a mixture of white sugar and a mixture of natural sugar. I got a bag of the natural sugar for free, and I don't really care to separate them, and it really doesn't mess up my stuff that much. Mix the milk in here, and you're going to get this really doughy, really thick mixture. All you got to do is just get it blended nice. Doesn't have to be perfect. You're not cooking for the Ritz. That's what it should kind of look like. I need a spatula. Pardon me as I leave the camera. This is my favorite. And you're simply going to pour this over the butter mixture. You're not going to mix it. You're just going to pour it. So you kind of want to pour it all around. Doesn't have to be perfect. That's what gives it that nice textured look that black raspberry cobbler has, or any kind of cobbler. Blueberry cobbler. We can go down the list. But you do want to kind of spread it evenly. Now the recipe calls for an 11x7 pan. What I have here is a 9x9. If you do the math, it kind of works out to be the same. And then you want about 2.5 cups of black raspberries. And as with anything I make, it doesn't have to be perfect. And the same thing, you're just going to mix these right on top. No, Jameson, that's not right. But when it cooks, it all comes out nicely in the end. And you don't want to mix these, you just want to leave them like that. And then your other 1/4 cup, or in my case, a 1/3 cup. Because I love diabetes, just right on top. Pour that sugar onto the black raspberries, nice and even. Not like I did here, where I got a nice thick clump of sugar. And that's it. That's all the work that it takes. You put it in the oven at 350, and you go anywhere from 30 to 40 minutes, and I'll show you what it looks like when it comes out. Okay, been about 37 minutes. Cobbler's looking really good, nice and brown at the edges. Looks nice and all the way cooked through. Correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think the knife into the middle works for this particular recipe. But we'll simply let it cool here. And then we'll cut it up into some pieces and we'll see if the kids like it. But that looks and smells amazing.